Hi and welcome. I'm Oracle Asherah. This is an angel guided energy reading for January 2023. We are talking to fixed signs, and that includes Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, and Scorpios. All right. Let's see what the energies, messages, and guidance are for us. Okay. First card. Ow. So this card is asking you to reflect on your lifestyle, your habits, your coping mechanisms, your belief systems, your perspective and attitude. How are all these things affecting your lessons and blessings? Okay, so maybe take some time to reflect on things that make you you every day. All right, next card. Ladies who lunch. So this is referring to being a badass boss, getting your shit together. Okay, so if we are on the path to your blessings, excellent. Keep going, keep leveling up, keep that hard work, keep that focus, keep that self-discipline and drive, because that's what's going to get you there. Okay, it's important to have dreams, it's important to have desires, but it's also important to help yourself get there, which means do the work. Right? What room are you in? All right, so this is for the overthinkers out there. Are you overthinking, George? All right. So, what room are you in is talking about your mindset. Sometimes we get stuck in mental loops. Sometimes we get caught in the emotions. Sometimes, oh, hi, George. Sometimes we get caught up in the mental what ifs, right? It can be very negative and overwhelming. All right, so sometimes we need to pull ourselves out of this mental loop and be present. Be present. Okay. Let's see what else is going on here. You're not helping, George. Okay. All right. Intelligence. Education, knowledge, preparation, and flexibility. All right. So maybe you've done some self-study. Maybe you've done some preparing. Yeah. Some preparing for your life path, some dreams and ambitions you got going on. I think it's time to reflect and dust off some books, rekindle that that drive for knowledge. Sometimes we get caught up and stagnant in the energies of our daily life that we forget that we're mysterious and have some books that we want to look at. George, you're really distracting me, bud. And your hair is all over me. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, so intelligence. This is asking you to tap into your inner intelligence and your inner awareness. Sometimes our curiosity have sparked independent thought and some interesting shifts in our awareness and how we perceive and live. And I think sometimes we need to encourage others to do that also. So maybe by sharing our intellect and our creative perspective, we can help our surrounding situations, relationships, and world. All right, gut instincts. So this is intuition, knowing, sensing, and trust. So stepping into your inner power, okay, your inner knowing, and operating and living from that place. leaning into trust can be difficult sometimes, but it's important, especially if we're in a state of hearing, truth, being overwhelmed with the fear of possibilities, learning to become neutral and leaning into trust, right? Being neutral doesn't necessarily shut down the thoughts and feelings, but it does provide a space where that's not an influence, where your thoughts aren't an influence, your feelings aren't an influence, but you're holding this neutral space for your intuition and knowing and higher self and inner child to meet. Okay? If these parts of yourself are overwhelmed with the loop of overthinking or over emotion, we're not operating from a sovereign place. We're not going to be able to manifest and live guided from our best possible outcome rather than our fear or emotions or overthinking. If that's what's driving us, we're going to be driving right into lessons. Okay. Choice. All right, so this is free will, courage, willpower, and change. So all our power comes from the time of choice. So again, being in a neutral place when making choices is going to be so powerful for you, because you'll be deciding from knowing. You're not going to be deciding from the trauma of a wound or the influence of a thought. Okay? You do have free will. Free will is you. And independent thought is so important. Operating from clear emotions is so important. Finding this neutral space to operate from is so important, because when we make our choices, we're at present making magic for lessons or blessings. Okay, so if you want to be in alignment to your blessings, be aware in your choices, asking yourself, is this heal or harm? Is this for me? If it's not for you, find grace and move along. Find resolve. Okay? The power of choice is everything. Okay. Next, we have throat chakra. All right, speaking your truth. Speak your truth. Okay? Again, coming from a neutral place is advised. If you're speaking truth from unhealed wounds, yes, you're speaking your truth, but you're also speaking trauma into trauma bonding. Okay, so all you're doing now is adding more emotions, more stories, more baggage to this loop. That's not healing. Speaking your truth is holding space for empowerment, holding space for healing, holding space for ultimate truth. Okay? Yes, you're speaking your truth when they are your wounds or your overthoughts, but that's a process. You're sharing a process. You're not sharing what this means, what I'm meaning. I'm going to let that be a seed for you. Okay. Sexuality. Openness, sharing, beauty, and honor. Okay. Sexuality is an expression everyone is entitled to. Okay. So, you're a sexual being. Everybody is a sexual being. But are you a checked sexual being? Are you a predator? Are you charging your sex on others? Right? Or is sexuality something you have, something you share to offer? Okay, just some perspective there. Okay. Will. We have expression, assertiveness, self-control, and direction. Okay? I'm going to say one thing. Live on purpose. Okay? That comes back to choice. That comes back to being present. That comes back to free will, self-discipline, right? Live on purpose. Live and love on purpose. Okay. Okay. See what else is coming up. Oh, just covered in gorgeous love hair. Okay. Patience and planning. Okay. So things start from goals, our intentions, right? So what's the statement? If you fail to plan, you plan to fail, right? So you need plans, okay? Plans require flexibility, right? Because we're coexisting with ourselves, our blessings. We're avoiding lessons if you're in alignment. So having that flexibility of growth as things play out takes patience. Okay. There's rejection. There is protection in rejection. So allowing things to play out, leading into trust, patience is what's going to allow you to see if this is for you or not. If we cling too hard to the plan, sometimes we just drive ourselves into destruction, right? So we need to have that flexibility. We need things to come together and fall apart. We need to co-create and coexist in this energy. Patience isn't so important because patience holds space for things to grow, to show up, for truth. Patience and neutrality is going to be key for you. It's going to be key. All right, suffering and silence. I'm going to say silence is important. Running around and oversharing your experience or trauma or unresolved with everybody is attention seeking. Yes, there is healing and being heard, but you need to hear yourself. That is the only time you're going to experience resolve and change within yourself, is when you hear yourself. Okay, so this takes patience and holding space for yourself. So I recommend journaling, because journaling, you are allowing your feelings and your thoughts to come out on paper. Okay, so that's bringing it into a full expression. It's bringing it to life, into 3D. And therefore, it's expressing. It's allowing that opportunity to leave. Okay? When we trauma bond, all we're doing is expressing and adding it back with more baggage, more confirmation, more whatever it is we're doing that we're addicted to. Okay? We don't need to trauma bond. You can share your healing experience is different than sharing the trauma. If you're sharing the trauma to be heard by another person, that is not healing. Expressing the trauma for it to be heard by your consciousness and to feel resolve within the cellular level of your being, that is when healing and change happens in your experience. Okay? So there is a lot of value in discernment, in suffering and silence. Asking for help is important, but it's more important you learn to help yourself. Okay? Your independence, your power, your free will. All these things are parts of you, and we share ourself with others. We don't need to seek outside of ourselves for resolve. We don't need to seek outside of ourselves for guidance. We don't need to seek outside of ourselves for answers. We need to connect with ourselves, our wounds, our story, and do the work ourself. Okay, so maybe you need to take some time to reflect on your emotions, and clearing that loop so you can process from a more divine place. Navigating from the trauma of our wounds and this story and this loop, you're just going to attract more lessons to bring opportunity for these things to heal and resolve. So when we heal and resolve these stories and loops, our frequency changes, and our emotions and our heart brain are now have its divine job of alignment. Okay? Okay. Okay. Okay, this card came up for other cards. Signs 2 already, but okay. Triumph and success. So swords is like mental energy. All right, so getting your mind right. Again, getting your emotions and your mind right. That heart brain is going to become in alignment to your success, right? So if you're doing that work, this is just assurance. You're on the path. You're on the path for your success. Keep doing the work. Keep doing the work. Yes, right? Positive movement forward, right? So every positive movement takes a choice. It takes choice to be positive. It takes choice to be healing. It takes choice to be loving, right? So as we take these choices and implement them into our daily life, you are going to be moving forward in positive light, right? You're going to be moving towards your blessings. Again, this card. All right, hope. Holding space for hope. Okay, how do I put this? So, instead of holding space for your wounds and trauma and story, let's clear that space and hold space for hope. What is hope? Hope is the place where miracles happen, blessings happen, okay? Divine energy can fill this space. We hold it. We live guided by it and come to alignment to your blessings. And that just takes you in your heart to hold space for what could be, okay? In a positive light. Not what could be with the fear and the drama of learned wounds, but what could be in the greatest potential of your blessings. Mindset. Okay? Mindset. Okay, let's see what else is going on. Oh, well, we got some lovely things here. Okay, protection. This is talking about protecting your energy. Okay, so how do we do that? Awareness in our relationships, awareness in awareness in our alignment. Protecting your energy is saying no. Reserving your time, reserving your resources, right? Not allowing harm to affect you by boundaries. Okay, boundaries are your friend, and they are important in protection. Your home, your soul, your being, your experience is 100% your responsibility, and protecting that is a big deal. Okay, yeah, if I don't go out, I'll never meet somebody. If I don't experience, I will never grow. Yes, but you're also signing up blindly to things sometimes. So choose and live on purpose, love on purpose, and be aware. Live in your choices and awareness. And do something today that your future self is going to thank you for. And that might be saying no or fuck off to somebody. Okay. Okay. Family. All right. So, all right. We might have family on the horizon. I've got good luck and family together. So, maybe there's some adventures or some time to be shared. I feel like there's some good energy around this situation. So with some nurturing and some attention, you can bring some love and luck to your family situation. Okay. All right, compassion. All right, we might be overly compassionate to other people. It's usually a lack of compassion to the self. Okay. Sometimes we are overexerting ourselves in areas where we're lacking that attention for ourselves. So, if you don't include compassion for yourself, you're incomplete. Okay. Let's see what messages we have from our angels. We have throat chakra. The angels are helping you lovingly speak your truth. Right. We talked about that. All right, we have shield yourself. Protect yourself from harsh and fear-based energies by envisioning a cocoon of healing light surrounding you. Okay. So, you're in a toxic situation, toxic conversation, or you're at home envisioning your day and you're aware that it's less than desirable. Okay? Ask your angels to charge your solar plexus, protect your energy, and I like bubbles, right? I like a bubble of a shield of angelic protection, right? Observe, not absorb other people. Not learning to listen, but not hear people's fear or opinions. Okay? I hear you, but I don't have to take on that belief or that energy. Okay, so that's your choice. That's all choice. All right, but your angels are there to help you experience and live your truth. All right, my friends, I wish you all the blessings and a great start to your year.